Imagine one day you're running your widget startup. You wake up, you check the latest widget news, and then you see it. Amazon. That's pretty much what happened to Matt Ehrlichman.
You know, if anybody tells you they're excited when Amazon comes into their space, they're certainly lying to you.
Matt started Porch in 2012, and it's a website that helps you book handymen to come to your house to fix whatever.
They can go through and just be able to show, okay, I'm looking to get TV mounted in my home. They'll come up, show you the price point.
Now, Porch was growing at a steady pace, and then in 2015...
So what is this home service thing exactly?
Well, now you can hire someone on Amazon to put together the thing you bought on Amazon, essentially.
So why is that so scary? Because when Amazon enters a market, it hits like a bomb.
Shares of networking stocks falling right now following reports that Amazon Web Services is considering selling its own networking switches.
You see Walgreens is down on this, CVS Health.
Morgan Stanley downgrades both of these based on their expectation that Amazon is going to start competing with.
There's a saying in Silicon Valley among entrepreneurs that the secret to a long, happy life is not to compete with Amazon.
Now, if you ask someone who knows Amazon really well what the key to its success is, they'll usually point you to Jeff Bezos' famous first shareholder letter in 1997. In this letter, Bezos lays out the key to his business philosophy: long-term thinking. What that really means is that you ignore short-term profits and instead obsessively care about how big and how fast you can grow.
This is a strategy that the company has used from the very beginning to lose money in order to gain market share, to leverage other parts of its business in order to enter new lines with a built-in advantage that other firms don't have.
This really is Amazon's secret weapon. Amazon makes billions of dollars through its cloud business, and it can use those profits to invest in new businesses at a loss and gain as much market share as quickly as it can. There's an example Brad Stone writes about in his book, The Everything Store, about Diaperscom. Back in 2005, Diaperscom started selling diapers, and Amazon wanted to get into the diaper game. And so in 2010, it used that secret weapon: money. It offered Amazon Prime free for 3 months for any parent, and then slashed its prices to the point where it was literally bleeding hundreds of millions of dollars. And Diaperscom could not afford to keep competing with Amazon. Cut to a few months later, and Diaperscom is sold to Amazon. But look, this strategy isn't infallible. Amazon hasn't dominated every business it's tried to get into, which brings us back to Porch.
As it turned out, after you have a few conversations and you let that settle, you start to realize there's all this opportunity that's actually created by Amazon coming into their space, because instantly, on that same day, all of Amazon's competitors suddenly also realizes they need to offer services as well. In
that initial chaos after Amazon announced its home services program, big retailers like Lowe's and Overstock.com realized that something had to change. Porch swooped in and has partnered with those larger stores who want to compete with Amazon. So far, Porch has survived Amazon. It's growing, it's hiring. Amazon didn't crush it. But here's the thing, just because Amazon hasn't dominated a sector yet, doesn't mean they won't.
They have a fearless culture. They're really not afraid to experiment, and what that means is not everything that Amazon does is a success. So the challenge for folks in my chair is to figure out which of those things they're piloting are really the things that they're going to pour gas on versus the things they're going to take as a learning and that they might evolve into a future industry.
But obviously the reality is that any day they could turn that switch on, right? If they wanted to, they could kind of aim their guns on this and start taking a big hit. Is that something you're factoring in?
We'll see what they do, and we'll react accordingly. But at the end of the day, we think we're at this point, we're in control of our own destiny. This home service space is so large and there's so much pain that what we focus on with 99.9% of our time and energy is just put our heads down and just work.